I am a heart surgeon. I have watched husbands lose wives and children lose parents, not because of bad luck, but because of what was in their pantry. The most painful part? They thought they were safe. They trusted the labels. I've had to tell grieving sons that their father's heart didn't fail due to old age. It failed because his arteries were choked with salt and chemicals from healthy soups. Meanwhile, billion-dollar companies offer me sponsorships to tell you these cans are senior-friendly. I refused. I cannot lie to you. Today, we are drawing a line in the sand. There are two paths: cans that strip your life away and cans that rebuild your independence. I am going to expose the 5 worst canned foods you must avoid and the 5 best canned foods that can save your health.
Part 2. The 5 worst canned foods. Avoid these. Let's start with the villains. These are the items sitting in millions of homes right now, disguised as food. Number 5. Canned fruit and syrup. The deceptive sugar bomb. It looks like innocent fruit. The label shows smiling peaches, but for a senior, this is a trap. Canned fruit and syrup is essentially fruit swimming in liquid sugar. The danger: 1 cup can pack over 30 grams of sugar, 8 teaspoons. The consequence: it spikes blood sugar and accelerates insulin resistance. A study in JAMA Internal Medicine linked high added sugar intake to double the risk of heart disease death. The fix? Only buy fruit labeled packed in water, or eat fresh berries. Number 4. Canned soups, the hypertension trigger. Warm and comforting? No. Most canned soups are salt bombs loaded with MSG. The danger: a single can of chicken noodle soup often contains over 900 milligrams of sodium, nearly half your daily limit. The consequence: excess sodium forces your body to hold water, spiking blood pressure and straining your kidneys. The fix? Make homemade soup. A simple pot of chicken, carrots, and celery gives you comfort without the chemical cocktail. Number 3. Canned pasta, ravioli, or spaghetti. The inflammation factory. This is the one that shocks people. It's cheap and easy, but it is a disaster for your body. The danger: it's a trifecta of bad health. Refined carbs, high sodium, 1,200 milligrams plus, and added sugar. The consequence? It causes inflammation, which attacks the heart and brain. Eating ultra-processed foods like this increases cardiovascular disease risk by 29%. The fix? Swap this for whole grain pasta with homemade tomato sauce. Number 2. Canned meats, Spam, corned beef, or Vienna sausages. The silent killer. These are often nostalgic foods, but they are dangerous. The danger: they're packed with sodium, saturated fats, and nitrates. The nitrates turn into nitrosamines, which are linked to cancer. The saturated fat clogs arteries, starving your brain of oxygen. The fix? Fresh, lean protein. If you must have convenience, look for nitrate-free options, but fresh is always better. Number 1. Canned chili and stews, the ultimate toxic cocktail. This is the number 1 worst offender. It combines processed meat, excessive sodium, hidden sugar, and preservatives into 1 can. The danger: over 1,200 milligrams of sodium and 20 grams of fat per can. The consequence? Research in The Lancet links ultra-processed meats to a 62% increased risk of early death. It strains the kidneys and immune system simultaneously. The fix? Make fresh chili with lean turkey, beans, and spices. Avoid the can at all costs. Part 3. The 5 best canned foods. Eat these. Now for the good news. Not all cans are enemies. Some are weapons against aging. Here are the top 5 you should be eating. Number 5. Canned chickpeas, garbanzo beans. The blood sugar stabilizer. These legumes are a powerhouse for anyone over 60. The benefit? Packed with fiber, magnesium, and folate. The result? They provide clean energy without a crash. Studies show eating legumes 4 times a week lowers heart disease risk by 22%. How to eat? Rinse them to remove sodium and toss them into salads or soups. Number 4. Canned salmon with bones, the skeleton builder. Make sure you get the kind with the soft, edible bones. The benefit? Loaded with omega-3s, vitamin D, and calcium. The result? It actively rebuilds bone density and protects against fractures. It's cheaper than supplements and more effective. How to eat? Mash it into salmon cakes or put it on a salad. Number 3. Canned sardines in water or olive oil, the brain protector. Don't turn your nose up at these. They are arguably the most nutrient-dense food in the aisle. The benefit? High omega-3s, practically zero mercury. The result? A 35% lower risk of cognitive decline. It keeps your memory sharp and joints lubricated. How to eat? On toast or mixed into pasta. Number 2. Canned tomatoes, no salt added, the heart shield. The canning process actually improves this food. The benefit? Heating tomatoes releases lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. The result? Higher lycopene levels are linked to a 55% lower risk of stroke. It also helps lower LDL cholesterol. How to eat? Use them as a base for sauces and stews. Just ensure the label says no salt added. Number 1. Canned black beans, no salt added, the longevity king. The number 1 spot goes to the humble black bean. The benefit? A perfect mix of plant-based protein, fiber, potassium, and magnesium. The result? They regulate blood pressure, prevent sugar spikes, and support muscle function. It is the ultimate fuel for independence in your senior years. How to eat? Rinse them and add to rice, tacos, or soups. You don't need expensive prescriptions to start fighting back. The choice is in your hands every time you go to the grocery store. You can choose the cans that break you down or the cans that build you up. I want to know, which of these best foods will you add to your cart this week? Tell me in the comments. I read them because your health is my priority. Stay strong, stay independent.